Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Hope you're all doing well. I am almost prepared for our live this morning. Almost. I've got lots of things on blocks. I'm going with that. Lots of things on blocks will do me fine as a starting point. So I just need to pull another couple of bits out, which hopefully I have prepped. So let me know how you are as you join this morning. That's good. I've got what I need. Excellent. Love it when a plan comes together, particularly when there was no plan. So we're using sweet strawberry this morning, which I love. Hello, Nora. I haven't used this yet. I've used the one from Celebration, which, if you remember, came with the gorgeous paper, which was the Berry Delightful. So I've used that a lot, but I haven't used the sweet strawberry, which is just so naughty. So yes. So, bit of housekeeping before we start. So this is a YouTube live streaming on Saturday, the 13th, unlucky for some, of March. So if you're watching live at that time, excellent. If you are watching after 10 o'clock on Saturday, the 13th of March, you're watching a repeat. Good morning, Veronica from California. Wow, you're up late. You will know it's live if you can see a red live in the top right hand corner. So yes. Other things to very quickly think about: if you don't already subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do so. And if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. Leave comments and I will get back to you. Any questions you've got, that's great as well. And that's both during the stream and afterwards. So that's that. Hello, Ilsa. Good to see you too. Well, see you. If you are in the UK, morning Kay. If you're in the UK and you shop with me during March, if you spend £50 or more and use the host code, you will get a free clear wink of Stella from me as a gift. And for every £25 you spend, whether you use the host code or not, you will get an entry in to win a mini die cutting machine. If you're in, and that has to be in the UK, and if you're in the UK and don't want to shop with me, you can also enter by sending me a handmade card using current Stampin' Up products, and the address is on my website. Hello, Joanna from New Zealand, so I'm guessing it's kind of mid-afternoon, late afternoon with you, early evening, thereabouts. Coffee. Need the coffee. Desperately need the coffee. So I am still in a bit of catch-up mode. I also have a drippy nose. Excuse me. Hot drink, cold nose equals drips. Morning, Margaret. I hope the new house is sorting itself out. So yes, I am still kind of 11 p.m. Okay, that's quite late. I am still kind of going through the post-COVID bit. Hello. I'm thinking that's K, even though it's spelled K-A-E, from Queensland, in Australia. So, yes, I am still a bit post-COVID. I think it's going to be quite a long trawl. I get to that point where I know the following day that I've done too much, and it's kind of too late by the following day. So yesterday, for example, I didn't actually do anything until about 12:30 in the afternoon. All organised in your craft room. Good. For the moment, yes, we all have that problem. Hi, Pam. Oh, I'm sorry you've tested positive. So Pam looks after one of her grandchildren who was tested positive, and Pam has picked it up as well. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not too bad. I mean, I know you say it's not too bad, but fingers crossed that it's not. Hi, Renee. 8 p.m. in Queensland. Okay. So we've got people from all over. But yes, so Pam, please take it gently. It is... I've had flu. I mean full-blown. I had swine flu when it was going around. Couldn't make it up. It was quite useful, actually, because I just handed in my notice and I needed to serve 3 months' notice and I was off work for a month. Hi, Nemone. The recovery from flu, even when I had a month off for flu, is a walk in the park by comparison to COVID. Just saying. I didn't have an easy recovery because no sooner was I beginning to get better that my husband got it really badly. Morning, Rose. Morning, Sophie. So, yeah, I mean, poor old Martin was significantly unwell. Anyway... so I am still playing catch up, which does mean I haven't yet posted out my January and February thank you gifts. They are being packed this weekend, hopefully. Morning, Audrey. Feeling blur after your first injection on Thursday. Oh, joy. I've got my first injection this coming Wednesday. I am already posting stuff to my website or scheduling it to my website just in case I feel awful afterwards. Apparently there is a higher chance of feeling awful if you've had COVID. Oh, joy. You found out you're positive as well, Sophie. Oh, no, that's not good. But not a lot of symptoms so far. Well, fingers crossed for you all. So, yeah, I do hope that those of you who do get a positive test don't have too bad a time. Sorry, my eye's watering now. Anyway, so I have posted or scheduled for Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week because my first vaccine is on Wednesday. And I'm working on the assumption that I'm not going to be brilliantly well, so I may not make Thursdays live. Just saying. Anyway, let's start to craft. I'm just going to flip you down and then I will come back to see your comments. I had the joys of having to set everything up again this morning because none of it wanted to work. So I had to reset all of the cameras and stuff, so I'm hoping they're all right. Ooh, that's a bit crooked. That's going to do my head in. Hopefully that'll be better. Right, so I have already prepped a little in that this is the shimmer white card and I have already done a splodge, for want of a better word, of petal pink in the bottom right hand corner. That's because that's where I'm going to grow what I'm making. This is 1/4 of a sheet. I will cut it down. I have already prepped a pool party version as well, but just so that you can see what I did, let me show you. So I've got pool party, block nosed, and have been using your butterfly. Yay! Stamp is on back order, so using the dies and paper. The stamps should be coming in any minute now. I'm actually, now here's the thing, I am actually ordering a second Butterfly Brilliance because what I want to do, and I think this is one of the reasons that it's on back order, I want to actually cut the individual butterflies apart so that I don't have to use it all as one stamp. So I am actually going to do some surgery on my second Butterfly Brilliance. And Butterfly Brilliance will be, or Butterfly Bouquet for the whole suite, will be my next class. I'm hoping to get details of that out this weekend. I took delivery of these items for the well-suited class yesterday, so again, that should be out soon, certainly before I've had my COVID jab. But quite a lot of the delay is because I didn't want anyone to pick up COVID from anything I sent them, so I actually was out of my craft room basically for 3 weeks. So yeah, so I've got some pool party in the lid, also got some cat hair. There's a surprise, cat hair anywhere near me. Oh, and I've actually ordered some photos. I mean, I normally print them from home, but I've ordered some photos so I can do some scrapbooking. Woohoo! You'll be cutting up too, Kate. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a sensible thing to do, frankly. So all I'm doing, I've got one of my water painters and I've picked up some of the Pool Party ink, and all I'm doing is painting it onto the bottom right hand corner. Just need a bit more. So there will be, if anyone wants to take the class for Butterfly Bouquet, which will include the bijou paper, you get a discount if you order either the stamp set or the bundle. So just bear that in mind if anyone does want a second set. And obviously it will be a question of, I'll send them out when I can. My mustard, I know. Hi, Claire. She was so sweet. What I was actually doing was, so that's it. That's all you have to do. And then I put it on my floor because I have underfloor heating. So they've started the building works in the field behind us. Sad face. And there was a barn, an old barn, that needed to come down anyway, frankly. And I was taking pictures through, we've got a Velux window, because we're basically a bungalow with a mezzanine floor with a couple of rooms on it. So we've got Velux windows. And I was taking some photos of the demolition of the barn. Let me bring this one up. This is the one I did earlier. And she just wanted to be involved. Hi, Daryl. Hope you're feeling well. Hope life is treating you well. So, right. You may or may not know that there is a bundle for the sweet strawberry. So you've got the Strawberry Builder Punch. Now, if you're clever, you can do a template, which means that if you stamp within your template, which is basically, this is just a piece of the cardboard from the back of Designer Series paper. So I've just punched it, marked which the top is. And if you stamp through those, you can punch everything out at once. Whether it's going to work for me this morning, I think is dubious because these are my scraps. Anyway, let me start building stuff up. This I'm going to have to fussy cut, which is fine. I don't have a problem with fussy cutting, as you know, but it will need to be fussy cut. I am using white. I'm still on Whisper White, but I am using white. And I say that because Shimmer White isn't actually that white. I will show you what I mean in a moment. So I'm just going to stamp that down there. So Shimmer White and Hoofa Doofa White. Can you see that this is much more yellow? And if you're using the new basic white, you'll find that it's an even more obvious difference. I am feeling a lot better. I do get very tired very quickly, is all I would say. But things are definitely improving. I was saying to the others when we first started, scissors, that's what I'm looking for, that if I do too much today, I'll pay for it tomorrow. So, yes. Oh, hello, Judith. Didn't spot you there. Right, so I'm just going to fussy cut this. And I'm going to fussy cut it before I colour it. Because... Oh, and I need to bring over my blends. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to be brave and try colouring with a blender pen and ink. I'm going to fussy cut first so that if I make a boo-boo, I haven't spent time doing the colouring only to then have to start again. So that is my kind of theory on this. Don't like that sharp corner. If anyone joined me, was it on Thursday I did fussy cutting? I do not like sharp corners on fussy cutting. Don't mind sharp corners on the inside, so that's fine. Don't like sharp corners on the outside, and apparently this morning all I can do is sharp corners. So we're going to make a couple of cards this morning. They're going to both have the placement sorted out by the the blending that I've done on the card already, but they are going to be quite different. She says, I haven't actually made them yet, so how do I know that? That's my intention, anyway. But yeah, I am having to be quite careful. So, as I say, yesterday morning, so we had a parish council meeting on Thursday evening, which I wanted to attend because there was quite a lot of stuff going on, because I am a parish councillor for my sins. I always reckon if you like to be always in the wrong, be a parish councillor, because it doesn't matter what you do, 90% of the population will think it was the wrong thing. Unpaid position, but you know. Anyway, so that was on Thursday evening, and frankly I should probably have dipped out part way through, because I really paid the price yesterday, which was why I had a lazy morning, which was lovely actually. It meant I was able to catch up on some TV, on some YouTube videos, because I'm a great fan of scrapbooking, not that I get a chance to do much. Hello Lorna! Wild and windy with us today as well. Not quite as wild and windy as it was Wednesday and Thursday, but pretty close. And of course Thursday was rubbish day in the village, so we ended up with rubbish all the way down the high street, and down our road actually, and not all of it was ours, and we've only got 4 houses on our road that have rubbish going out this side rather than onto the high street. So yes, happy day. Anyway, so yes, I caught up on lots of videos, including some scrapbooking videos, and I was so inspired that I've even ordered some prints from Photobox. Photobox are currently doing 40% off everything until Monday. The code is *40, and I've ordered some what they call retro prints, which look like Polaroid photos. So they've got that long bit at the bottom, which you can, if you want, I haven't, but you can, if you want, have text put on as they print them. Right, so that's that done. So this is going to go here, and I'm going to keep it into the area where there is the petal pink as much as I can, so that the fact that this is definitely white isn't quite as obvious. You know, one can hope. Now, somewhere, once upon a time, here we go, I had some blender pens. Haven't used these for ages. Let's just check that they've got... Okay, that end's not great, but that end's fine. So, I have brought out Petal Pink, Granny Apple Green, Poppy Parade, and the Pool Party. The Pool Party is only there for the background, but for this I want just a little bit of colour. So, which end did I decide was moist? The other end, obviously. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this, and I'm going to bring in, it's ridiculous, but I'm going to bring in, oh no, actually that's not quite so stupid, just so that I can see what my colour is looking like when I first go on. So I'm going to just scribble. Now you do need to make sure that your memento is properly dry before you do this, because it is water resistant, not waterproof. If you want waterproof, you need to use StazOn. I have a love-hate relationship with StazOn because I don't like the cleanup. Because I don't like leaving my stamps with black ink on them. I like them to be clean. And certainly with photopolymer, the cleanup, well, actually just StazOn generally, is not great on photopolymer. So memento works. Just make sure it's properly dry. Right, scribble that off, and then for the flowers, I am going to, actually I think I'm going to need some ink in the lid because I don't think I've got any. There we go. So for the flowers, I'm going to concentrate on the middle and then just bring it out a little. I will pick this up in a moment just to show you. But strawberry flowers don't tend to have a huge amount of colour in the middle. Most of them. Some of them do. Sorry, don't tend to have a huge amount of colour, full stop. Some do, but most don't. I say this only because I grow strawberries, although last year they weren't brilliant. What's that pen? This is a blender pen. You get 3 in a packet. They're brilliant. There's another ink you can use for watercolour. VersaFine, yes. The only problem, Kay, is that we don't sell it. But VersaFine is great. We just don't sell it, so I don't use it. I do have it, but we don't use it. Anyway, so yes, these are blender pens. You get them in packs of 3. And they are probably under tools and colouring in the annual catalogue. But they are great for watercolour pencils and doing direct to paper with, or not direct to paper, but doing colouring with ink. But great for watercolour pencils. So that is my little bit to start with. So I'm going to pop that down there, flat. Glue would be useful. There we go. I'm not going to put a huge amount. Ooh, actually, you know what would be useful? I need to trim this down. I'm already in a mess. Let's get rid of the lid. Don't need the lid. So this, as I say, is a quarter sheet. And I want the colour as near to the edge as possible. I'm going to trim this down quite a bit. My normal second layer mat would be 3 3/4 by 5.5. I'm actually going to go a whole 1/4 inch smaller than that. In fact, I'm going to do it in 2 bits. So I'm going to take that off. So that's 1/8 of an inch smaller than I would. That's 1/8 of an inch off. I'm then going to take another 1/8 of an inch off. And I know it doesn't look like 1/8 of an inch because I'm starting with 1/4 of a piece of card. Then this, which is wider than I would normally start with, so that would normally be 5.5. I'm going to, again, I want this to be kind of as near to the bottom right as possible because we're going landscape. And then let me take that off, and that should be the right size. Famous last words. So I'm going to pop that on a, yay, love it when a plan comes together. So I've got a reasonable gap around the edge. And I'm using Pool Party for this one, for my mat. And then I will be putting it on a Petal Pink card base. And again, that's as much as anything. Thank you, Kay. So yes, 11.25, but you do get all 3, or you do get 3, and they last forever. In the back, do you remember back in the days when we did face-to-face stuff? I used them for my coffee and card sessions, and I mean, I had to replace them maybe once every, I don't know, 3 months. And those are, I was doing sessions every 2 weeks, so they do last a very long time. And of course, when they're being used in class, people don't seem to remember that there are lids for a reason. So yeah, I'm tempted to go slightly over the edge, but I won't. No, I won't. I will not do that. Right, so let's just hold that down. Right, so that's my kind of focal point, but I am going to cover that with other things. I think this one I'm going to not do much in the way of strawberries. So what I'm going to do is more flowers. So I've got, where's my scrap? Here we are. I've got, in fact, that means I can bring out the other size flower. Oh, except I think the other size flower is going to be too big. So these ones I'm going to do black outside and stamp the inside, and I'm only using black because I've got black here. When we move to the next one, I will be using tone on tone. So I'm just going to stamp a few of these. Just looking at my punch, I'm going to leave a reasonable gap between them. I don't want too many, probably only 3, which means I'll do 4, so I've got a spare. except we'll do the spare over there. And then while we're at it, I'm going to stamp Thank You, which is also from this set. And I'm actually going to stamp it on a piece of rough paper first. I have prepped these stamps, but they are a little fuzzy still. So I like, if they're doing a bit of, you know, not brilliant stamping, I like to just stamp them a few times, and I'm actually going to scrub my stamp because that will help too. That's better. So yes, be a little brutal with your photopolymer stamps. Because they need a bit of brutality. I don't think it's going to be quite as dark as I would want it, but it'll do. Yeah, no, actually that's fine. Good. Okay, so that's that. And this is the filler. And I'm just going to do some testing with it because I want to see just how dark it is. Ooh, I think that's all right actually. Yes, so I'll go full strength. And then you just want to line up. I don't think there's a right and a wrong. Normally there's a right. If there is a right and a wrong, it's on the thing, and there isn't. Normally there'll be an arrow. Ooh, I've got fluff on that. But yeah, normally there will be an arrow if there is a right way and a wrong way, and there isn't, so that's fine. So I'm just going to stamp those in the middle. It actually, the filler stamp is slightly bigger than the outline, so that's fine. I will do all 4, just in case, because that one's particularly bad. Just as well I have the other 3. So I'm just going to chop that off and chop that away so that we can bring in the punch. So that's 1. 2. Oh, I know what I must order, which I haven't. I need more pearls. I've run out of pearls. Can you believe? So they'll be going in. On the subject of which, so at the back end of this month, we will know what is carrying over to the new annual catalogue. There are some things we know are not carrying over to the new annual catalogue, ergo the in colours. So if there's anything you like that is in colour, so be that, oh, scooped up one of my flowers, be that the ribbon, and by in colours I mean the 2019-2021, so Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile, Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose and Purple Posy. Now we don't have Purple Posy ink, I know, but if there's anything you like that is in those colours, please order it now, because as soon as the list goes public, things will sell out. What normally does not carry over would be designer series paper. So if there's any designer series paper that you love, get it now. And I mean now. And of course, if you're ordering through my online store, you get free stuff and the possibility of winning free stuff. Oh, and even if you place an order without the host code that's at least £25, you will get a free card kit for 2 cards. Right, so I've got my dimensionals on the back there. I'm just going to very quickly, guess what, fussy cut. I do like my fussy cutting. I'm not going to make this, you know, amazingly wiggly, but I think it just makes it, I just think it's more delicate. That's a really bad corner. I'll have to deal with that in a minute. So yes, designer series paper, almost bound to go. It doesn't always, but in the last 5 years as a demo, other than for the returning stuff in the autumn and winter, or August, December, or whatever we call it now, other than the returning stuff there, I have only known one pack of paper carry over, and that was the 6x6 wood grain pack that we had a couple of years ago. So that is the only one that I've known carry over. If I was a betting woman, lady, girl, I would say possibly In Good Taste may carry over because it is non-specific and doesn't actually go with a stamp set as such. So that may carry over, but I'm not putting money on it. We know all the colours are staying other than the in colours because that was what we had in the starter kit, was the new in colour papers, 6x6 papers. So I'm going to pop one flower there because it covers up that big area of white, and then I'm going to have one there and one here, and I'm being quite careful, or do I want it? No, I'm going to go there, but I am being quite careful to make sure that these flowers overlap with what I've already stamped so that they aren't just hanging in the breeze. If I'd put one, say here or here, there wouldn't have been anything on the plant to attach it to. So yeah, just be a bit mindful of the plant. Then this, I'm going to use the edge of my mini dimensionals. I'm assuming I haven't got one already going doing this. Doesn't look like it. Oh yes, I have. So I'm going to just cut a narrow piece of the edge of my dimensional. The mini dimensionals are great for this because they have really wide edges, and then I can use this as a sticker. I'll pop a mini dimensional there because there is enough space for that, and I think there will be just enough space there, and then this I can use for the bit in the middle because we need a little bit of support here. And if you're wondering why I've got two sets of scissors, it's because these ones I try to keep one pair for sticky things, and those are my sticky scissors. Don't always succeed in only using these for sticky things, but you know. And then that I can stick there for next time. So you can then take this, but I do want something in the middle of those flowers, and I would under normal circumstances use pearls that I've coloured with Petal Pink stamping blend, but I don't have any pearls to colour because I am out of them. This, actually no, I'm going to come down there. Thank you. And then this, because this is thicker than white card, you know I don't like putting multi-purpose glue on the back of white card, but this is a different finish. This doesn't absorb the colour in the same, or the liquid in the same way, so I'm quite happy to use that. So we'll do that. Oh, I know what I can use. Elegant faceted gems. Because I like my elegant faceted gems. Press from the back, pop that lid on, and grab some, oh yeah, I have got pearls, it's just they're the thumping great big ones, and I don't want thumping great big ones, I want little ones. So I'm going to use some of these. So, and actually these are Petal Pink, so we can use Petal Pink for the centre of our Petal Pink flowers. Now, I'm going to ignore those. You know I have this thing about threes. For this, I'm going to ignore them. because they're part of the flower. But I am going to, right, so I want one there. I am going to do my classic triangle. So that is a triangle round the focal point. So that's that. Probably need those again in a moment. Right, okay, so petal pink card base. And shall I make this expensive? Yes, I'm going to make this expensive. So this is something that you are going to want to hand deliver or send to someone that you like a lot, because I've just made this a very expensive card to post in the UK, because this is now going to be a large letter. But I just wanted a little bit more something. And it will need a liner, which we can sort out in a moment, because I want stamping on the liner to tie it in with the outside. I'm trying to be better on my liners. I mean, historically, when I make cards that are actually going to be sent, that I know, you know, I'm going to send them inside, not a good place. So if I'm making a card for a specific individual, then I will write the inner before I attach it to the card. That's not totally straight, but it'll do. So I've been tending to not put liners in my cards that I make on YouTube and Facebook Live, purely because I don't know who I'm writing them to, and I'm so bad at these sorts of things, as in I make mistakes a lot, that I haven't wanted to put one in, but I will. So we're going to have this same side, and again we're going to go memento. It looks like fluff, but I think it's ink. So just going to come in there, I think. There we go. And ironically, that has stamped better than the first time. It was going to, it's because I've used it again. So let's just clean that off, because I don't need that again, I don't think. And blender pen again, and just waft that a bit. This is probably going to be too wet to use, but hey, I'm going to live dangerously and just try and avoid the lines, because I think they will smudge. Yeah, they're smudging a little bit. So that's that. Now you can obviously heat set to speed it up. Now here's an interesting thing. So I had my team meeting, my monthly team meeting earlier this week, and one of my team was saying that she enjoys watching me on YouTube, but not so much on Facebook, because the quality is not so good on Facebook. And what's interesting about that, and she acknowledged that she knew this, it's the same camera. So it's obviously the difference between how Facebook streams stuff and how YouTube streams stuff. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else has found that, but I thought it was an interesting observation. So you will have noticed that I always clean my brush before I put it away, and I always clean it after I finish with it, so that it's pretty much, sorry, I clean it before I put it away, which is the same as before I finish with it, and then I will test it before I use it, just to make sure that it is actually clean, because there would be nothing worse than Blackberry Bliss, for example, mixing with Granny Apple Green. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Right, so this is going in here. Then we finished our first card, which, you know, it's only taken us 40 minutes, including the housekeeping, admittedly. So That's our inside. Oops, and that's our outside. So really light, really feminine. So yes, I've actually just had a change of mind on how I'm going to do my next one. Only slightly, only very, 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 very slightly. But I have changed my mind. It's fine. It's fine. So we are still going to work on our pool party. But this time we're going to go bright. Thank you. It's the lag time on Facebook that's terrible when you've watched. Yeah, and it's different every time. It's actually always different on YouTube as well. It's one of the reasons that I have the slide at the beginning, because that means Hi, Barbara. Barbara is one of my team who's in Germany. So yeah, I always put the slide up first saying I'm about to go live, because then I instantly check that it's streaming properly and instantly go back and then change it to the camera. More definition on YouTube. Yeah, it's the difference between how YouTube and Facebook allow you to stream, which is so annoying. It's probably going to mean that I'm going to do less Facebook, or maybe no Facebook. I'm saying it very quietly, you'll notice. Now, I'm going to change my mind slightly about how I'm doing my strawberry, but only slightly. So, the first thing I'm going to do is... Actually, I don't need to do that with this one. So, I want the pips to be yellow. Hi, Margaret. I'm getting there. Thank you. So, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I don't want them to be yellow. I want them to be black. What am I talking about? And the reason I want them to be black, I mean, normally they are a kind of greeny yellow. Hi, Karen. Live on YouTube for the first time. Yay! Thank you, Daryl. I'm glad you like the card. So, yes, normally the pips on strawberries are a yellowy green. Yellowy green is not going to work on if I've got Poppy Parade and this, because this is a solid stamp. So I'm going to have to go black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by inking up the edge of this with Poppy Parade, because I want the centre to be Poppy Parade. So I'm using my Stampin' Write marker. They're not brilliant on photopolymer, but they're fine. And I have actually touched some of the pips, but that's fine, because I'm now going in with my basic black. This you can get as an individual marker. I say you can get it, assuming it's not out of stock. You can get it as an individual marker. There is a bit of a delay with some of the Stampin' Write markers at the moment, is why I'm saying that. So, stamp that down. I might do a couple of these, actually, just in case. But as you can see, it's stamped, well, I say you can see, you possibly can't. It's stamped reasonably well, even though it's a Stampin' Write marker. I mean, I did prep my stamps very carefully, which does help. But, yeah. So, thinking Barbara's here. So, just before I came down with COVID, and I mean just before I came down with COVID, I posted a parcel to Barbara, who, as I say, is in Germany, with all sorts of bits and pieces in it. And it was supposed to arrive in 3 to 5 days. Well, okay, let's allow for the fact that Brexit is slowing things up quite a lot, although our Stamping Up orders are now coming through reasonably well. We're past that month of hell that was January. And... Ooh, that's probably the wrong way up. Never mind. It's fine. This one I'm going to do... I'm sorry, I'm trying to work out which way up I need. I need the base towards the edge. Right. Okay. But yes, so things are moving swiftly, and the postage that I got was tracked and signed for Germany. Was not a small amount of money, I hasten to add, and it arrived yesterday. I was about to put the claim in. Right, I'm going to put some Versamark on this because I don't particularly want my stamp to start its life by being bright pink, and the Versamark just helps reduce the chance of that a little bit. And again, black stamp and right mark. Kay, you're brilliant. So the outline is basically the same size as the outline of the filler. Which is another reason to have it the same colour. I'm going to do that. I'm also just going to see what it looks like. I shouldn't have re-inked it, never mind. If I stamp off quickly. Ooh, I quite like that. Now, I have seen, and this is a real digression, but I will show you. I have seen on Pinterest, let me grab it, my least favourite colour, let it be said, Pear Pizzazz, but I have seen, that would be better if it was clean, of course, I have seen people turn the strawberry into a pear. So, I'm assuming they used Pear Pizzazz. It was one of those, you know, you flick through Pinterest and you blink and you miss it. It is Pear Pizzazz. It looks terribly bright, which is part of the reason I don't like Pear Pizzazz, because it's not. So, 1, 2 pears. So it works. So yeah, Pear Pizzazz, pears in Pear Pizzazz. Now you could add a bit of blush to the edge of your pear. So what I mean by that, and as I've got it out, that's so green. So's that. That didn't clean. It was me saying I always clean them so they're clean when I pick them up. But what you can do is pick up some and have a blush on your pear in that spot that's a bit lighter. I mean, I've not spent time on it. Morning, Jan from Florida. But you get my drift. As I say, you would need to be a little more accurate in your colouring. Spend a bit more time on it. Anywho, so that is my strawberries done. That is my strawberries done. English, as she was spoke of. So let's clean that off. Those are my strawberries done. And I am going to grab some leaves. I'm probably going to need some more card, but that's fine. So, again, right, so those go in sideways. Okay. And Granny Apple Green, possibly not the best colour for strawberry leaves, but hey, guess what? I don't care. And then this one. And these are leaves, not the little bit that goes on the end. But the joy of this stamp set is that because it's that pixelated imagery for the infill, you don't actually have to stamp off. So you get the tone, the shading, that's the word I think I'm looking for, without having to think about it. I need that, don't put it away, you need it. So I'm then going to grab another piece of scrap paper. She says, I thought I had loads of them. I do. Here we are. Another piece of scrap paper. And that's coming in from the side. Okay, so we can pop this in here. So I'm going to need 3 of these. because I have 3 strawberries, because I like my 3s. And yes, I know I don't have 3 leaves. Hello, Catherine. This is the second card, which I'll show you the first one in a bit. So we're using the Sweet Strawberry bundle. And do remember that you can always catch up by watching it back once it has finished streaming. So those are our little bits for the top. And I think that's all I need, other than I do want a sentiment. And I don't think I want to do hello again, so I think I'm going to, thank you. I think I'm going to go hello, hello. Possibly need some flowers. Maybe not, actually. Oh, my brain is running. I've just had another thought. Right, okay. So, I'm going to do this in black because I want it to stand out. Prepped. Again, double prepped. And I always work on the basis, Catherine, that late is just, you know, a concept. You're here at the time that suits you, and that's fine. Let's not put my sleeve into my memento lid, because that's really not a good idea. Right, okay, so, ooh, and I've just had a thought. Don't you love it when your brain suddenly does stuff? Right, so we've got, oh, I haven't done the inner for that, so I need to do the inner. So, or the outer, depending on how you look at it. So yes, I ordered myself some new cutting plates for my mini die cutter. So yes, they were, when I wasn't feeling particularly brilliant, I managed to warp my cutting plates. So I bought myself some more. And the reason I say because I wasn't feeling very brilliant is you can actually preserve them by just flipping them over every now and again. Morning, Margaret from Ohio. Thank you, Kay. Kay, you're an absolute marvel. How am I feeling? Recovery takes time. Exactly that is how I'm feeling. I'm fine this morning, and tomorrow I'll pay the price. So, you know, hey, there we go. Right, so I'm going to cut these like that. I'm going to ignore my pears because I don't care about my pears particularly. But you can make pears out of the strawberry, was the point. So the reason I've cut that is because this needs to go in this way up. So that's that one. I was going to say I'll stop that all flying, but apparently not. These I'm going to do first. And I've done them the wrong way. You couldn't make it up. This is how not to do them. However, one can still, that one actually might be, no, it's still going to be a bit, which I'll go up top. Now, I've also seen, and I may do this as a picture for the website when I post this to the website, which will probably be sometime next week. I'm going to do some different coloured strawberries because you can do them in, good grief, woman. You can do them in all sorts of different colours depending on which breed of strawberry you use, because there are different strawberries and they all are slightly different colours. They're not all that bright red that I'm using. So that will go there, and I'll need to peel some of this post-it note off the back of what I'm punching, but that's fine. At least it shows that it can be done. And There are moments when I think punches are so much better than dies, because you can just punch everything out. It's so quick and easy. There are moments when I don't think that, but sorry, I'm concentrating, so I'm suddenly very quiet. So, Catherine, yes, what you missed was I'm probably going to take a dip in my recovery after Wednesday because I'm having my first vaccination. And the reports are that if you've had COVID, you are, this surprises me actually, but you're more likely to react. There's part of me that says you should be less likely to react because you've already got some of the antibodies in your system. But anyway. So I am prepping for the fact that the back end of the week will probably not be great. But we will see. What I have been very definite about, and this actually worked out anyway, is that my father's funeral is the following Monday. So happily, I should be feeling better for that. I can't believe that it would take 5 days to get over a vaccination if it only took me a week to get over COVID, frankly. There was someone, so one of my friends posted that they'd had their vaccination, and strawberry, and one of their Facebook friends commented that she'd had 10 days of basically high temperature, chills, aching joints, all that stuff. I desperately wanted to say, did you by any chance get yourself tested for COVID? Because my husband, who as you possibly know, came down with COVID really badly after I'd had it, he had only just had his COVID jab. And trust me, it wasn't, well, we know he was positive for COVID because we got him tested. So, yeah. I actually think that that particular person probably contracted COVID. Right, okay, so I was saying I've had a thought, and I have. So, question is, where have I hidden what I want? Don't want that. And I don't want that. Right, in which case I may have put them away. There's a shock. I did! Whoa! Stitched shapes. So I want one of the ovals, but I don't want it too big because I don't want it to completely cover that. In fact, I may go really small. Yeah. Right, okay. So I have got new plates, but I'm going to use the old ones because they're the ones that are out. Bash bash. So this is what is what the prize will be, not this. It will be a nice new one in a box. And I know it's in a box because I've got it in a box. I will use I was going to use white, as in shimmer white, and I think I still will. That is the shimmery white. Purely because it is a different colour to white. It's a different colour to white and it's a different colour to vanilla. So this is dreadfully bowed and it's my own fault because I didn't turn it over regularly and it's now fighting when I want to use it. I could just go and grab my new plates, but you know, hey, what's the competition? So it is, it's not really a competition, it's a prize draw. It's a legal prize draw. Thank you, Kay. Isn't she wonderful? You're getting the Johnson & Johnson one jab. Brilliant. It's not licensed in the UK yet, unfortunately. But hey, so the competition is, if you shop with me in March, you can, for every £25 you spend, whether you use the host code or not, by the way, this is going to be another expensive card because I want dimensionals, you will be entered in a prize draw, and that's every £25 you spend in the whole of March. So I will add it together. So this was a quarter sheet like the other one, so I'm just trimming it down to the size I want. So I'm going to go really small. I'm going to take 3/8 off. So 5 1/4. For every £25 you spend, you will be entered into the draw. Everyone who spends £25 will get a card kit for 2 cards that primarily use some of the Celebration papers. But you can also enter for free, which is always good, just by sending me a card to my home address, which is on my website. It has to use current products. That's the only prerequisite, is that it has to use current products, and then you'll get an entry. You only get 1 entry if you send by post, so don't send me 5 cards expecting 5 entries, because you won't get them. So Kay had her Moderna on Wednesday, second one, knocked you for a loop for 30 hours. Yeah, I'll be getting the AstraZeneca. I know I will. So, you know, could be anything. Right, so I am going to put these on dimensionals. It is going to be another expensive card. And I need to cut out my sentiment, which I seem to have lost somewhere, but that's fine. So this is going on a Poppy Parade base. Where have I put my sentiment? Oh, there we are. Very carefully cut it out, or chopped it out, and then didn't do anything with it. So yes, have we licensed the Moderna one yet? I know we've got the Pfizer. I think it may be we've licensed it, but we don't have any of it yet in the UK. So I'm just going to build. This was the one that was paler, so I'm going to have that one on top, and then the leaves coming out from underneath. So I'm just using this shape really as somewhere to attach things, because I didn't want to do them straight onto the pool party. Don't ask me why, don't know. But there we go. Right, so I'm just going to pop the tops on here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit. Ooh, I've just gone terribly dizzy. This is what happens. This means that I'm going to have a quiet afternoon. Every now and again I can just be doing nothing and I suddenly become dizzy, and that's one of the joys of having had COVID. It just happens like that. It's passing, I would say, but yeah, every now and again I can just suddenly go terribly dizzy, and it has passed. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, my father, bless him, before he passed away, he had both of the Pfizer jabs, and he was quite ill with those on both of them. He was not well for about a week after both of them, or each of them, I should say. So, actually, I think that may be the second generation. Hey, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I will actually want these up as well, I think. Or maybe I'll just have one up. Yeah, I'll just have one up. So I am going to put a dimensional. Actually, I'll use a small dimensional just at the top there, purely so that I know that there's something attaching it to the actual card base. And then I'll use ink. Yeah, it's one of the really weird side effects, is this weird dizziness, and it just comes without warning for me. Looking up is worst. So we've got some blinds in our kitchen, and I've been doing quite a lot of work this sort of work in my kitchen. I'd be pulling the blinds down because at night or in the evening the sunset is straight into my eyes, which is lovely but a little bit painful. And when I do the blinds, every time, absolutely without fail, I will get dizzy. Yeah, Catherine, he passed away just over a week ago, so Friday week, so yesterday, a week ago. Bless him, he was 90. He broke his ankle 3 weeks before he passed away, and then developed an infection which turned to sepsis. And, you know, he's 90, he's got all sorts, or had all sorts of health issues, not least of all a form of leukemia, chronic form of leukemia, and he just couldn't fight it. I mean, bless him, he was 90. So yeah, actually I do want that. But it wasn't long and drawn out. My brother and I knew a little bit before that he was not going to recover. But yeah, so we've got the joys of sorting out probate and stuff. The funeral's sorted. That is Monday, not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. I'm just going to press there quickly just to get those attached. And the hello there, I think I'm going to have... I think I'm going to do something with the hello there. And I feel a punch coming on. I feel a definite punch coming on. I want that one. No, I think I want that one probably. Ooh, I know what I can use. Ha! Probably can't. I'll probably have to stamp it again, but who knows. Yep, going to need to stamp it again. But why not use the oval punch that does everything for you? Woohoo! And actually that gives me the opportunity to stamp it onto the shimmer white rather than the white. Right, so, okay. Ooh, and I know what I can do. Oh, I love it when my brain suddenly starts working. Okay, so that should be big enough. Hello there! Yeah, I mean, my brother and I are fairly devastated, but when you get to 90, and bless him, he hated it after my mother passed away. So I'm kind of schizophrenic about it. I think he's probably happier. I'm just using the putty end to manipulate where my hello there goes. And that's the putty end of my Take Your Pick. And remember, some of you are getting a Take Your Pick in the post from me very soon. Right, and the other... Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Because I've left quite a wide thing. Thing is a technical phrase. Border is the word I'm looking for. So, let me grab a scrap. Preferably one that is large enough. That's it. So I want that. Pop my scrap away while I remember. Okay, so this on there. Ooh, I don't know. I'm not sure I like that. Do I do that, or do I ink round the edge? I think I'm going to ink round the edge with my Stampin' Right marker. You can do this with your ink pad, you can do it with a sponge dauber, probably not a blending brush, which are out of stock. Are they out of stock or on back order? One or the other. Okay, you're a star. Isn't she good? Everything I bring out, she gets the codes for. So that just gives us a bit of definition. I mean, it's not the most beautiful inking that's ever been done, but it's inking. Where are we time-wise? Oh, good grief. We've been going for over an hour. Do you know, I don't like it. Not using it. Not using it. Don't like it. It's fine. We can live without it. Not happening. Ooh, but. Shall I? I'm going to be sorry, this is going to be definitely. You like the red background? Yeah, it's just overpowering everything else. I don't dislike it, but I want the strawberries to be the main feature, so I think we'll not. This is where I stamp my little foot and go, it's my card. Anywho. So yes, this is going to be, or maybe you mean you like the red background, looks better without. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl, who is also on my team, is an amazing stamper. She's brilliant. She's all over Facebook and Instagram. Please go and find her. Are you Shani on Instagram? But she is an amazing stamper. She hides her light somewhat under a bushel, but she is fantastic. Right, so I was thinking I would put it on a white card base, but I think I'm going to bring the blue forward. So we're going to use... And so should you. And so you should. Thank you, Jan. I will stamp my little foot. It's my card. I'm not really 61. It's just, you know, maybe I should be saying I'm not really 6. Shani27 on Instagram. Please go and find her if you're on Instagram, because she shares her life. She shares her makes. She is just brilliant. Her makes are stunning. She puts me to shame. I'm tempted to put that on dimensionals as well. I want this to be really impactful, if that's a word. It is now, because I've made it up. So I'm not quite Bruno Bertucci with my dimensionals. I'm just using lots of dimensionals because I'm putting lots of layers on. But yes, do go and have a look at her. And we have for those of you who are on Pinterest, we do have a team Pinterest board, which is stamping up sparkling sunflowers, I think. I will try and link all these things in the post that goes with this on my website. Yes, lots of layers. Let's get the most out of our large letter stamp, that's what I say. And we need a thing, and I think, oh, dizzy again. I think I am just going to do the strawberry. I'm just thinking though that means that's not going to go on, which will irritate me. No, I'm going to go just for the strawberry. It's fine. I can be grown up about it. Now this would be an ideal one. Wrong thing, you silly girl. This would be an ideal one for me to plug my brain in. This would be an ideal one for stamping your envelope, because it's got these nice images. So highly recommend stamping your envelope. it's a surface that's white, so why not stamp on it? Can't believe I've been going for over an hour. You're very welcome, Sean. Daryl. She goes by lots of names. And I tend to call her by the one she's using at that particular moment. So at the moment it would be Daryl. Right, if I do it there, I think. So we are slightly off the paper. Mark on my paper. I will survive. And I'm about to turn my strawberry pink because I can't be bothered to get the Versamark out again. If I'm quick, I might get away with it. And by quick, I mean cleaning. One of the worst colours actually for staining your stamps pink is Night of Navy. Don't worry, Bee. We are coming to the end. You can see it's beginning to go a bit pink. We are coming to the end, but you can always watch it on catch up. So that's my inner. Just need my seal, and then we can do the Kylie Bertucci, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me pose. And then I will let you get on with your mornings. And I might go and have a lie down in a darkened room. Because apparently I need to. So there we go. And of course you could put a sentiment on the inside as well. So let's clear the decks a little. And I'll just show you these here first. So those are our 2 cards from today. And if I go that way, you'll definitely be able to see them. So we've got, let me just go over to where I can see what I'm showing you. So we've got this one, which has got the elegant gems on it and the stamping on the inside there. And this one, which is lots and lots of layering, and then the stamp there. What I might have done had I had more time is stamp the top and then do a mask to do the strawberry, but you know, that's just now annoying me because it's too empty. So what have I got? Oh, I know what I can use. It just needs something to fill in. So I think some opal rounds will do the trick. So we've already got dimension here, so that's not going to add. Actually, I'm going to use a bigger one. Yeah, definitely need something there because it's empty space. So we can actually go there, and then I can use this one, come all the way to nestle in there. That's better, that makes me happier, because this was suddenly looking too bare. So we've got opal rounds there as well. And again, that was one of my, I can't remember if it was January or February thank you gift. So let me just flip up to my other camera, which is that one. There we go. And let me just do my good enough for Kylie pose. Oh, I've got no. Let's tuck that in. Horrid hair. I desperately need a haircut. But yes, Kylie pose. Preferably without the... There's a thing in the way. Ooh, let's go completely wrong. That's better. So yes, those are our cards. So I'm so particular about these things, but really different finish. What I wanted to show was that you can go oh, let me flip you down. Suddenly realised that you can't see what I'm looking at. You can go very bright or you can go very subtle. So don't think this is all about strawberries. It's also about pears, as we have seen. But yeah, you can. That's kind of where I was going. I know I moved halfway through to bring out the petal, the Poppy Parade mat, this is what I was aiming to do, but I was going to put it on a petal pink mat, and I suddenly thought Poppy Parade and petal pink, maybe not the best combination. So yeah, that's why we did that. Anyway, you're so funny. I know, I'm totally mad. Thank you very much indeed for bearing with me for an hour and 20 minutes, for crying out loud. This will go live next week sometime. So thank you, Kay. So yes, it will go live sometime next week. Let me just bring up the small webcam again and say thank you very much. Do remember that if you want to enter to win the mini die cutter and you're in the UK, you can either order from me, and for every £25 you order in March, you will get an entry. Or you can send me a handmade card using current Stampin' Up products, and that will get you an entry as well. UK only. And if you shop with me and use the host code in February and your order is at least £50, not only will you get 2 entries into the draw, you will also get a clear Wink of Stella. Everybody who spends at least £25 with me this month would also get 2 card kits free from me. Right, so thank you very much indeed. Let's just check to see if there are any. Thank you, we will. And I will put up the end title. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday on Facebook. Sorry. And fingers crossed Thursday and Saturday next week, depending on how my jab goes. Bye bye.